Hello everyone, here is an update to my collection video from about a year ago. As you can probably imagine, I have gotten several new items since last time. And the reason I've put off making an updated collection video is because I haven't been able to fit all of it into my drawers. But I have finally figured out a way to make it work. And so I have decided to make the updated video now before I inevitably get another chain which won't be able to fit here. And I have still had to put some items on my shelf above, but those are usually special items, so I wouldn't have been able to put them in this drawer anyway. So without any further ado, I'm just going to quickly show this this collection and focus mostly on new things rather than the ones I have shown in the previous video. So as before, we start with the 96 versions of Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon and James. And then right next to them are my childhood 2000s version of the same characters. Gordon is still cosplaying as Lorenzo. And then again we have my 2011 James Thomas and my Mattel Thomas. Then my 96 per se, my Lights and Sounds per se, Toby, Henrietta, Doug. I just want to quickly point out that I have given him a makeover, I guess. He had a lot of chipped corners and I've painted them so that he would look nice. And behind him is Daisy. Previously I had the Express Coaches and the Chinese Dragon here, but I've been able to replace the space with some bogeyed engines, actual engines. And then we have again Donald, Douglas, Bill, Ben, Diesel. This is unfortunately still the knockoff Diesel. And then behind him is D199. Then we have the season 3 characters, Oliver, Mavis. Mavis also had an update. I'm going to show that eventually. Then there's Stepney, Jinty, my custom Jinty. This is just a Maxim engine that I've slightly modified. Then there's Duke and Pip and Emma, my customs which have also been made using Maxim engines. Then the rest of the season 4 narrow gauge engines. Sky Lois, Handel and Duncan are at the front because they're knockoffs and I wanted to kind of separate them. And yes, I know knockoffs are bad, but it's not really easy finding second-hand Thomas stuff here, so for now I'm stuck with these. But I am going to replace them eventually. And then here we have Phineas, Peter Sam, Rusty, Smudger, Diesel 10, Lady, Splatter, Dodge, and Bird. These are the versions that came with a magazine. And again, I want to replace them one day, but they're not exactly a priority right now. Then my battery-powered Salty, Harvey, Emily, who has also gotten some slight upgrades, Murdoch, Spencer, Fergus, and then we enter the Hit Era newbies. So I've put the Hit Era narrow gauge engines together. So of course we have Proteus, Mighty Mac, and Fearless Freddy here. Fearless Freddy is again a new item and I've already given him some updates, mostly at the front if you can see it. Then we have Molly. Again, she was previously a knockoff, but now I have the official version and she looks really good, I think. Then we have Dennis, Rosie. Again, this is the official version. Previously I had just a knockoff. With, who is wearing the, I forgot what it's called, but it's from All Engines Go, and it's supposed to burn trash and convert it to fuel. Then there's Billy, again a new item, and I am really happy to have him because I like his bases a lot. Hank, early engineer Stanley, I don't have the normal one. Flora, Hero, Victor, Charlie and Flynn, again, new items ones I am glad to have. Bash. And now we finally reach the Mattel guys. So of course there's Luke, Steven with 2 of his coaches, Marion, Timothy, Porter, Gator, Samson, Ryan, and Skiff. And this, I believe, is every engine that is official and not a custom or something from another chain company. But there are still some engines left here. So we have my custom Gina, my custom Shooting Star Gordon. I am definitely going to show him in the future. My custom Hurricane, still just a Brio battery powered engine with a face and nothing more. Rebecca, she is also from the magazines like A and Bird. And then my custom Duchess, definitely going to show her in the future because I have done a really good job with her. And then there is Millie, who is just a Brio engine with a face. She's not really the best custom, but Millie isn't a priority, so she's just going to stay like this for the future. And Millie comes with 2 of her coaches. And then we have Clive. Clive was green in the last video. That was because I didn't trust myself with painting, but now he's blue. And he's an OC made by Chase the Ferroequinologist, I think it's pronounced. Then this isn't really an OC, I guess. This is just a chain I had from my childhood that I gave a face, but I don't even think it has a name. Then we have my knockoff Oliver and Busy Bee James. The Oliver is eventually going to be turned into Scrap Oliver, and the Bee James is just Bee James. Then we have a Big Jigs engine. Big Jigs engines are super nice, super realistic, they are based on real engines. But I don't really know what to do with this guy. I am considering turning him into a custom Stanley. Then we have the Prague subway here. This was made by Woody. And finally, this here is my OC called Nathaniel. And this is everything from the top drawer, which is my wooden engines and some magazines. Now I'm going to show what's in the bottom drawer. So here again we have rolling stock and engines from other brands, mostly diecast and minis. Previously I've had only these boxes here, but I have since gotten several new ones so that I would be able to fit stuff here. So in this section, we first have some cranes. There is the breakdown chain and Rocky, and there is also the hand car. Then there is my Clarabelle, still don't have any unfortunately. Then my custom Hannah. Then some troublesome tracks, Scraffy, the spiteful caboose, which is just a Sodor aligned caboose with a face, my custom Bruno and Bradford. And like with the engine customs, I am going to show these guys eventually one day too. And here there is the oil and coal cargo pack, and beneath them is the Thomas Wood aquarium car and a generic yellow car. I've been forced to use them like this. Then there is a log car and a fire engine which I call Florian, but it's not really a character, it's just a prop that I have given a name. Then here I have put most of my coaches. Of course we have the express coaches here. And we also have some coaches made by Woody. These came in a 4-pack with the engines I've used for Nathaniel and Duchess. I have gotten 2 of those packs, so that's why I have 4 coaches. And here is also Old Slow Coach. Again, Old Slow Coach used to be a knockoff, but I have gotten the official version. Then we have the chicken car, a Maxim fuel tanker, the Chinese Dragon, and Hector. And above them is this smaller box with my 3 cargo cars with various loads, my Blue Mountain Quarry gravel car, I guess, and my fuel tanker. And as you've seen, I just slide this if I want to access the things that are here. Then we have another box with 2 smaller boxes on top of it. And I am not going to go over the stuff that is under it because that's just my knockoff rolling stock. I've decided to stop using it because knockoffs are bad. But, oh whoops. And so I have covered this box with the 2 smaller boxes above it because I'm not going to need to access the stuff that is below it. But here we have some push-alongs. We have my push-along All Engines Go Kenji, Bruno, and of course Ashama, she looks really good, and Ashama's minecart is here too. Then here again I've been forced to put some things over other things. We have my custom push-along Diesel's Minions from the Thomas Creator Collective. And of course, Diesel from Thomas Creator Collective is here too. We have some of my cars. This one is supposed to be Sir Topham Hatt's car, and this is the Fat Clergyman's car. And there are also some generic ones. I've also put here this Bayo thing, which I sometimes use as Winston. And the policeman inside it I use as Sir Topham Hatt. And below it is my green battle car. Oh, whoops. And under these 2 cars here is my blue battle car. And under these cars here are some generic cars which can actually be used to carry the other version of cars. A little confusing, I suppose. And here are all my minis. I decided not to organize them, I just threw them in this box and thankfully they all fit in here. Next we have some of the road vehicles. There is my Adventurous Bertie, who I use as my regular Bertie. A Lego bus, which I use as Bulgy. And there's Trevor, George, Madge, Jack, Alfie, Max and Monty, and Elizabeth, who has a generic truck on top of her because not enough space. And there is also my take-along Isabella, again a new item, and I suspect that she might be a knockoff. She's a little weird, I'm going to research that. Then my take-along Ned, and my wooden railway Byron. And I almost forgot, below the minis box is again some stuff which I do not use often, so I've just put a box over it. My first Thomas and my first Topham Hatt's car are here, as well as Bulstrode. He's the only one I actually use that's in this section. There is also a generic green Maxim engine, my magazines Percy and post van, and also a a limited edition checkout collection or whatever it's called, Muddy Thomas. Before I go to the diecast collection, I have a wooden railway captain and a Bayo forklift here, as well as another generic truck. And this thing, which I don't know what it was supposed to be, but I am going to turn it into a brake tender. And again, before I go over at the diecast engines, I'm going to show this motorized Thomas. This is the version with the sticker wheel. and a Tommy Pullback James. And now the diecast engines. So here is my 2013 Taken Play Thomas with a painted ring board and some other details. Take Along Percy, again with some painted details. Take Along Cody, one of my favorite diecast items, and a new one. Adventurous Oliver, Henrietta, and a regular Diesel, not an evil one. Then there is Adventurous Merlin and Adventurous Lexi. Here is my Ertl Percy, again a new item and currently the only Ertl item in my collection. Take Along D199, and below him is a Take Along Flatbed. Then here is the Adventurous Troublesome Kukaak, and this is a, I believe the range is called Tomika. It's a Japanese range of diecast engines, and I was somehow able to find one in my country, and it's the paint splattered Thomas from Calling All Engines. And then next to him is a Adventurous Racing Thomas pulling Ace. Then in these boxes I have Adventurous Ivan, Raoul, Hurricane, Frankie, Dan, Dart, Luke, Nia, Hongmei, Philip, Kevin, and Ashama. And if I just move this, you can see Adventurous Gator, Taken Play Streamline Thomas, Adventurous Theo, Adventurous Kukaak, which came with Dan and Dart, and a Push-Along CGI Troublesome Kukaak. And in the box here, there are my Taken Play X Mike and Bird. Really happy to have these. And an All Engines Go Push-Along Troublesome Kukaak, which is a really fantastic item even if you don't like All Engines Go, and I would recommend getting one. Then here we have an Adventurous LBSC Thomas and Push-Along Norjihan. You can't see, you probably can't see her well, but well, I can't really show her properly. Then there is the Trackmaster Super Cruiser Thomas and All Engines Go Push-Along Rainbow Thomas and Rainbow Diesel. And here is Trackmaster Push-Along Kayla Arcade, Emily with the number 12 on her tender, Yongbao Shane, and All Engines Go Carly and Sandy. Sandy is the version with the welder's mask. And below this box is again things that I don't use often. For example, these tracks that came with minis. My magazine's heralds are here and probably something else, but this isn't important. And before I go to the shelf section, I of course need to show the Super Cruiser. The Super Cruiser is my favorite item ever, and it's also the best item ever. And currently he is connected to a layout on my desktop. However, I've also made it so that he could easily be disconnected whenever I want. And since I'm here, I can also show my Comanche Herald, aka my default Herald. And also my new custom Jeremy. This is a model that came with the magazines, and I believe it was labeled as Jeremy, even though it was faceless and it's also not Jeremy's basis, so I'm not really sure what they were thinking there. But I have given it a sticker face, and I think this looks somewhat better than what Jeremy looks in the show. And here I also have some Thomas Newton Railway catalogs which I have recently gotten. I am really happy to have these, and I am probably going to show them in a future video. And then here there is the rest of my collection. So first here is a Brio Ferry, which houses the Chuggington trio of the main characters. These versions were made by Jazzwares, I believe the company is called. Then here we have my Checkmaster engine. So there is Kenji, Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, Luke, Terence, his card with a tree, and a troublesome Chuck, and my Tommy Percy and my only Tommy item, a Checkmaster 1 Blue Mountain Quarry Chuck with X in it for some reason, and a Checkmaster van which I have given some extra details. And of course Luke's emote is here. Then there are 2 more Wooden Railway engines. Well, actually not Wooden Railway, just wooden. This is another OC made by the guy who made Clive. This is supposed to be the Buffman Bomber, and I am not going to reveal what's under the tab because it's a spoiler. Then we have a generic Maxim engine which I was planning to turn into an OC, but I haven't been able to figure out what to do with the OC, so for now it's still a faceless engines. Then here is my custom Pope Mobile, Among Us, Jock. Then there are these guys, they are from an old Czech cartoon. Caroline, Boulder, Red Balloon, Bill Cipher, Elephant Thomas, extra miniature Mike, and a squashed Diesel 10. These are certainly some weird customs. And here are my tax characters, which again have been made out of clay. We have 10 cents and actual 10 cents next to him, Sunshine, Zack, and the Coast Guard. And this here is Skylar, an OC made by the same guy who made Clive and the Buffman Bomber. And this is a custom 3D printed Sonny. He was designed by the Auto Tank engine. And then there is this Hot Wheels pedal steamer. I was thinking I could maybe turn it into OJ, but it's kind of small, so again, for now, it's just going to stay like this. And finally, some of my adapters. This isn't really something I should probably show in an engine collection, but I thought it was notable. Some of these are official, like this one from the Super Cruiser. Some are 3D printed, and some I've made myself with cardboard. And I suppose I could also show this a Thomas money bin. And that is pretty much everything important. Let me know what you think. If there are some items which you think I should really need, which I should get really soon. Or if you had some idea for a custom from the generic faceless engines I have, like this green one here. I'm open to suggestions because I don't really need them in the state they're in. And that's about everything, and before I leave the Super Cruiser, bye!